Hey, Dr. Tyler Williams with Better Sleep SLC, and you're here because you have some questions about facial pain. This could be including headaches, or TMJ pain, or shooting pains, or trigger pains. You're getting around your head, maybe things just feel tight, or you have that nagging tightness or achiness that just doesn't seem to go away. And we're here to answer those questions for you. And I was just consulting with a mom earlier this week because her son was playing basketball, and he dived on the floor for a ball and hit his head and cut open his eyebrow, and had to go to the ER, and he got some stitches there, which is never fun. And he ended up being okay, but now half of his face has this numbness feeling, and even his one of his front top teeth feels numb. The other side feels normal. The side where he got hit feels numb. And it's very involved and very intricate when we have damage or injury or pain in the nerves and skin of our face and our head and neck. And so much of what we do and how we feel about ourselves happens from the shoulders up. Everything from your smile to chewing and eating to vision to thinking with our head to focus and concentrating happens in that area. So it's important that those things are evaluated and seen how they work together. And Better Sleep SLC, our mission is to help people feel better and sleep better, and those things are so intertwined. We find that the pain that we can have in our face and our jaws is so intertwined with often sleep conditions that we've focused our practice exclusively on those two areas, which is facial pain and TMJ at one side, and then sleep health on the other side. And this video, we want to share with you what you should look for if you have facial pain. Okay, and the first thing you should do is have a cranial nerve exam. And there are 12 cranial nerves in our body. And if you think about the old movies where the doctor would take that little tiny mallet and tap someone on the knee to see if their leg would kick, kind of a reflex test. It's a similar idea. We look at the 12 cranial nerves, which are the nerves in your head and neck that help everything from smiling to blinking to chewing, yawning, turning our heads, those kind of things. And we look at those for you so you can figure out and pinpoint where the problem is. And it's great because it's painless to do, and it's amazing. I've seen people in tears after having a cranial nerve evaluation and then having it treated. I've seen people literally in tears saying thank you because they've had visits with a neurologist and surgeries and all these different doctors, and no one could quite find the issue, and they had their facial pain treated with trigger point therapy or different type of head and neck therapies that can just make you feel so much better so quickly, and then life is good again. We all know what happens when that dark cloud of sickness or pain comes over us. It's hard to be motivated and excited, and can even cause people to feel depressed or have mental disease. I recently had a surgery on my septum because I had a deviated septum, and when I do some more intense kind of workouts or biking, I noticed that I couldn't breathe as well on one side. So I had this surgery scheduled, but 3 days before I crashed on my bike and broke my helmet and sprained my arm and got kind of beat up. And when you have that many things happening at once, you can kind of feel that cloud closing in, and sometimes it's hard to feel optimistic about the future. But if your life's being affected by facial pain, it's taking away from your work and your family and probably your sleep as well. And there are some great new therapies that you probably never heard of, maybe never had done, that have been around for some time, but they've been adapted and adopted to more newer and update ways. You can have that treated. Can be as simple as ways that we use Botox and filler, all the way to finding those pressure points, and even your jaw health, right, or TMJ health. It's also tied into if you have a sleep disorder that's treated. So it's important you meet with someone who can kind of tie all these things together for you, make sure you get an accurate plan, plug you in with the right medical team or therapists. And that's really the key that we found, is having access to the right people, because there's a lot of solutions out there in the world. The problem is sometimes the right question is not being asked. And so if you decide that a consult is the right next step for you. We'll sit down and go through some questions with you step by step, have you fill out a few assessments so we can make sure we're on the same page, and then allow you to be heard and express what your frustrations or concerns are. One of the worst things that can happen in some of our medical systems is it's fill this out, test, and you don't get much say or interaction, and then you just get told what to do or what the result is, and it can feel like you're out of the loop sometime. And so with the program we've put together, we put you in the driver's seat of how quickly or how slowly you would like to work into some type of therapy or treatment, and then we'll be here to help guide you along the way. We do have a new booklet out about this that talks about stress and facial pain and how all those things tie together. If a copy of that would be beneficial for you, stop by our office. Our contact information is below. We have a few extra copies right now, so we'll be happy to give you one. If we're out, we can give you either a digital copy or some other resources we have, and then send you one when we get more copies in. So thanks for taking a minute to watch this video. Please leave your comments, and that helps us for future videos to help others like you looking for answers to their facial pain, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks.